I'm here at the Henderson Garden. My name is Allie, and I'm the City Sprouts garden educator for the Henderson. You can call me Gardener Allie. I know many of you, and I can't wait to spend more time with you this year. For those of you who I don't know, I'm so excited to meet you and get to know you. I'm sad that we can't all be in the garden together right now, but we can still look at the garden on video. Today, we're going to take a look at what's growing in the garden. You might be able to hear that. It's very windy here right now. What do you think is growing in the garden? Do you have any guesses? We're going to look for what's growing in the garden by seeing how many different colors we can find. We use our senses a lot in the garden, and right now we're going to use our sense of sight. We're going to look with our eyes to see how many different colors we can find in the garden. Are you ready? Let's go. Before we look up close at the garden, here's a view of the whole thing. There's a lot growing here right now. You might even be able to see a lot of different colors from here. This plant is really blowing in the wind. I thought I'd start here because you might also be able to see the bumblebee on the plant. What colors do you see? I see yellow and I see white. I also see some green. Here's a plant in the garden that many of you might know. If you don't know it yet, you'll certainly learn when you come to the garden at the Henderson. Does anyone know the name of this plant? It starts with an M. This plant is called milkweed. And who really likes to eat milkweed? Does anybody know? If you said monarch caterpillars, you're right. We have a lot of milkweed growing in the Henderson garden, and it really helps feed all the monarch caterpillars so that they can turn into butterflies. What colors do you see on the milkweed? I see yellow and a few different shades of green. I also see some brown. This is one of my favorite flowers in the garden right now. What color do you see? Let's look at it a little more up close. What colors do you see here? I see purple. The petals on the outside are purple, and then the inside is yellow. I also see green leaves. Here's another really beautiful flower in the garden. What color do you see? I see green and pink and even just a little bit of yellow. Here's a plant growing in the garden that you might recognize. What colors do you see? I see green, and I also see a reddish orange color. Does anyone know the name of this plant? You might have eaten it before. If you said tomato, you're right. Here's our friend again, the milkweed plant. What's different about this milkweed than the one we saw earlier? What colors do you see? I see kind of a yellow beige color. I see white and I see brown. Does anyone know what we're looking at? What happens when I put these in my hand? Wow. They blow away in the wind. Before, we were looking at milkweed pods that looked like this. Some of the pods have dried up more, and they've opened up, and there's these little things inside. Does anyone know what these are? If you said seeds, you're right. These are the seeds of the milkweed plant. What's going on over here? First, what colors do you see? I see white and green, and it looks like we have a big insect friend. It looks like a big bee. What do you think the bee is doing? I also found this growing in the garden. What color do you see? I see green and a little bit of yellow. Does anyone know what this is? It's a pretty small version of a fruit that we often see bigger. If you said watermelon, you're right. Do you like to eat watermelon? Should we open it up and see the inside? Let's do it. I cut open the watermelon and here's what it looks like inside. What color do you see now? I see kind of a red, pink color and also brown. Let's get a little closer. What's the brown part? If you said it's a seed, you're right. That's the seed for the watermelon. Thanks for coming to look in the garden with me, friends. See you again soon. Bye.